Some sound is coming. Can you mute, guys? So here you go and give one new column called feedback status. Should I say F status? Boolean, that is bit here. That's it. That means the moment he provided the feedback, we will see how to provide feedback, but the moment he provided the feedback, I want this F status should be 1. 1 for true, 0 for false. Now you come to providing feedback process. So should I name it as um, providing, or I will say submitting feedback. So how we are going to plan this is, I'm a feedback giver. I logged into the application, right? The moment I logged into application, I will see a screen like this. Just little skeletal structure I'm preparing, just for your understanding. Don't go with the designing and anything. It is just for your understanding blueprint. So this is called feedback schedule list. Okay, feedback schedule list. That means for me, is there any scheduling that I will give feedback to somebody? So that will directly come from this table. Okay, feedback scheduling details table. So it will say something like this. If necessary, you can keep some additional record columns here also. Okay, just like when the feedback is supposed to be done and all that, maximum date of feedback, last date of feedback, something like that also you can keep for your better clarity. But I'm not giving that. I'm focusing on the main transaction feedback, whether after 1 month also okay, but feedback he has to give. Now here it will display some list of feedbacks, schedule list. Okay, just like this, serial number, then feedback 2. Let me see what column name we have given there. Same column name I will give. Feedback 2, feedback by. Feedback 2, feedback by not necessary. Why? Because that guy himself is logged on, right? So what is the necessary for writing his user ID again and again? So he is not going to see all the records of this table. He will see only his records of this table. So that means here you are going to search where feedback by is equal to current logged on user ID. And current logged on user ID you have already kept in a session in the login page. Okay. The moment you logged on successfully, you store that user ID in a session value. So that session value, pick it in the screen and say on the load of the page, go and check in the database if any record by chance matching with that guy and status equal to false. False means 0. So then you pick it and display it. So fetch on load of the page. I'm writing for your instruction. On load of the page, fetch all those records from what is happening. On load of the page, fetch all those records from feedback schedule table where feedback by is current logged on user and feedback status, F status is 1. Okay. So it should be only those records which is only scheduled for that guy. Feedback by column you have to match. So to whom, let's say A, B, B, B. These are all user ID of those guys. If you want, you can keep a name of that guy also. Okay. Name of the target person. So how to get the name of the target person? Now you have a table where email address is mapped with name. Then you have to say status. Now imagine he saw that um, uh, in fact I will say his user ID is matching means enough. Don't give the second condition. Reason is sometimes he may edit also, right? So if you will not show that record itself, yesterday he submitted, today he thought that some spelling mistake I did. So he should be able to edit it also. So don't give active status condition. Just user age matching means just show him. So here it may be true or 1. Here it may be 0. Make it true and false. Okay. True and false. So he will say that, okay, this is false. First of all, I have to give this feedback because it's still false. This is true, so no need to worry. But if by chance he wants to see this, we should give some way to see this. Right? Currently, first of all, you display this as of now. More functionality you can think later, like CRUD operation, edit, delete, etc. But currently, priority work is to go to feedback screen, you have to display it to the user. So he saw this. Now give one more column to visit to the feedback. So let me extend little bit this one. I need one more column where he should go action. Okay, he should go and do that feedback. So here you can say feedback. That means when you click this, it should take this ID, okay, feedback ID. Serial number, you can say FSID or something you are maintaining right here. SCHID. So better instead of serial number, go for SCHID. So that SCHID, this means schedule ID, you are taking and going to another screen. So that screen, what it is going to do is, it is going to provide the feedback. So little bigger, I will take this one. So this is actual feedback schedule, feedback providing screen. So submit feedback below. So you got one ID already, that is schedule ID. Let's say 1729, whatever. So suppose you got this 7 by clicking here. Okay. For that schedule 7, you are going to give the feedback. So first thing is keep that 7 in some hidden field. Okay, keep that 7, or in general I will say SCHID in a hidden field. Time to time you may need that, right? For which schedule you are providing the feedback, you have to keep it in a hidden field. No need to display on the screen कि भाई you are going to give the feedback for schedule ID 7 or schedule ID 29, because that doesn't make any sense for the layman user. He doesn't know what is that 7 or 29. It is for your technical things. Then did I start recording? Yeah. So then what we have to do is, now you have to fetch template questions based on that schedule. So schedule ID will give you idea about, let me go to schedule. Imagine you know the schedule ID. So it will give you idea about who is giver and who is getter. And check this, what is this FSID? Feedback template ID or something. This is feedback question template. Yeah. So when we are creating the template, question template, that time what we are doing here, you are selecting a label like label 1 or label 2 or what label, right? So you have to now understand that currently which template has to be fetched. Based on the to and from, you have to decide which label has to be fetched. So where is this FSID? As a feedback session ID. So if you go to this FSID, you are maintaining here. Okay. So when that feedback will be taken place, you can check it here. Like I was saying here, to display last date of the feedback or something, right? So from session you can take it. So I will add another column here called last date. Okay. So this feedback will come as action at last. Here last date. So for last date, this session is going to help you. Okay. So on which date you are going to finish this. You can say July 2000. You are not maintaining date here, right? So you are maintaining description. That itself we can display against that FSID. So your scheduling ID is having FSID, which will tell this feedback is for which session. So your July, suppose, then you will understand that, okay, last December I have to finish this till December, till July. Okay, because it's a continuous process, like every 6 months you are having one feedback. So he should know that it is for December time or this is for July time. So that will give some idea. So I will not say last date, I will say F session, feedback session. Okay, so here you say December 2022, or July 2023, and so on. Then action will have feedback, or something. You can say go, and so on. That means if you click that link, then it should take you to the other screen. Okay, so now you came to the screen. So you know what is the schedule ID. Based on schedule ID, you know who is the getter, who is the giver, and based on that you will try to get what label. Okay, so are you storing this feedback category label, and this is the label. In this label you are keeping label 1 or 2 or 3, like that. So in one hand your scheduling is containing label ID, in other hand your question is containing label ID. That means based on that label ID you are going to get the bunch of questions from this particular table. So let me write that. So when you come to second screen, this one, so below that screen I'm writing So when you selected a particular schedule in previous table, then you got to know from and to. From there, get the label. If you are the from, I am the to, then what is our label? Right? Because against every user, you are maintaining the label also. So always it is important who is providing the feedback. He is higher level or he is lower level. If label is imagine 3, then for 3 level, whatever the question, you are going to pick and display in the screen. So what you have to do is you have to work around a little bit here, because it should be displayed like a question, below that some 4 check boxes and so on. Okay. So you have to now maintain one master table which will have 4 labels of data like excellent, very good, good, or bad, something like that. You can keep some information. Imagine you are selling this product to another customer. He should have that flexibility, saying that no, I don't want excellent, very good, good, etc. I want simply 1, 2, 3, 4. Or somebody will say, I want you know, instead of excellent, I will start from very good, right? Instead of bad, I will say can be improved. So like that, time to time, you should be able to change if you have a master table. So what I will do is, I will create a master table now here, which will say feedback will caption will say, okay, feedback caption, good, bad, like that. Data can be anything, just prepare the table design. So feedback caption ID, FC ID, feedback caption description, and other things, created by, created date, and all that. So that I'm not keeping, you have to keep it. 4 fields common for every table. So here you give it some 4 record. If another customer say I want 5 record, that is also fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Here you say 1 excellent, 2 very good, 3 good, 4 need improvement. Okay. So totally up to you, whatever you want to keep the captions. Same way it will display there also. So 2, 3, 4. After all, this feedback system, it for what purpose? To show some mirror to that guy. If this is your performance, either you are in a good shape, or you need improvement and all that. So it's nothing like this feedback is going to change his job status or anything, nothing like that. It's just like 360-degree feedback means it is like every level people will give the feedback, and then based on that feedback, if company needs, they can provide some training to that guy. So you think it the positive side, right? It's not like to take some action we are taking this feedback, rather to observe his performance we are taking this feedback. If you are thinking that his performance is poor, maybe current performance year he may get little less grade, so that his hike will be little less, but at the same time company will be responsible to provide some training, or what is the alternate way to improve his performance. That is company's duty, or his team lead's duty, his manager's duty. But as a whole, he may get, I'm not saying definitely will get, it company to company vary, he may get little less gradation in the salary hike. That is the purpose of this. So up to need improvement is enough, not like negative words we can use, bad, very bad, you know, and nothing like that. But some companies use that, but okay, we are not using. We are saying excellent, very good, good, and need improvement. In case of need improvement, we may give some comment also. Comment will keep for everything, right? Because if somebody is saying need improvement, then obviously that comment should be there. So what we will do is, we will make that comment mandatory. Imagine excellent he is saying, so something he will type, excellent work, keep it up, something like that. So we will keep one overall comment section where he can put some comment. So out of these 4, any one he has to click, and that overall comment will be at last, not like question wise we will give comment, okay. So first you show the template question, let him fill 1 plus excellent, 1 plus very good, 1 plus good, 1 plus maybe again excellent, whatever, he filled all the questions, and at last you keep one description, like comment description, which can be given overall. He is very good in so and so area, but in this area if he can improve, then it will be great, something like that. So giving feedback and not giving any comment, it is like either fixed it before, you are already his friend, you don't have any comment for him, everything excellent you gave, or maybe you are not really giving good, positive feedback, everywhere you are saying need improvement, then no comment, submit. So that is not a good feedback. If you are saying need improvement, then bit required there. So we will make that as a minimum some 100 character mandatory comments, and then we will ask him to submit. So this table is having some master data. So what table I'm taking? Okay. So now come to this. So what you have to do, first of all, you have to pick the template questions and display here. So it's like this. Imagine first question you displayed. Now I will not tell you the solution, you try yourself. If not happening, then I will help you, okay? Because now you should be in such a position that you should plan the things, workflow. So my necessity is like this. Imagine your template question is saying, where is that? Your template question is saying, my question is this one. Question is this one. Some A, some B. Suppose these are all questions, okay, available. Just I'm typing something. Label ID may be 1 or whatever, okay. So you saw the label from the schedule, and based on that scheduling label, you picked up only those questions which is belongs to that label, okay. Maybe this is 222 and so on. So you are maintaining label wise questions, right? For which label, what will be the question. Now you come here. You fetched, imagine 5 questions from here, or 3 questions from here. Imagine label 1, you picked up 3 questions. Okay. Now you are about to display 3 questions, but I don't want those 3 questions one below another simply like this, like a table. No, I want one question should be displayed here, okay, and below that question I need same thing should come. Which one? This one. Excellent, very good, good, and so on. Actually, if you see, question will be huge, it's like a paragraph, not like one liner, okay, because these are all case study kind of question. It will be self-explanatory, like minimum you can say 700 to 1000 character, something this much might have written about that guy, okay. Otherwise, you will not come to know for first question what I will give. It's not like just he's reaching office on time or not. That is called separate thing. That is not coming under this. We are not talking like a school or college. We are talking like a corporate. So one thing we are asking somebody to give feedback about some other guy, we have to explain that okay, if the situation is this and that, now in your project so and so thing happen, if that guy is there, what to feel as per his nature and his regularity, what he will do. Okay, whether he will solve this problem, um, by communicating with higher management or providing some help to his juniors. Like that, some case study explanation will be there. Then only there is some meaning of excellent, meaning of very good, right? It will not be small question like whether he is reaching on time. Reaching on time, it may be yes or no. Not excellent, very good, good, need improvement, right? So when we are maintaining yes or no, chance is there it will be a very single line question. But when we are maintaining excellent, very good, etc., it will be definitely a case study. Case study means some realistic situation. Okay, so how he will perform in this particular situation, that kind of question you are creating actually. Now because I assume it's a corporate sector, and in corporate sector you are handling a feedback about somebody. So based on that paragraph, you have to keep sufficient number of character here in the question table. As I said, minimum 700 to 1000 character. You can keep it max also. So my way of displaying in the screen should be like this. Suppose question number 1, you name it as 1, and here suppose you are displaying that feedback. Let me cut it from here and keep it somewhere here for your understanding. So this is, I'm talking about that particular question. Okay, it might be a big explanation. Below that, this thing should come. I want here one checkbox. So checkbox I cannot draw. So what I will do is I will just make something like this. Okay, imagine some 4 checkboxes are there like this. So this 4 checkbox will come and bind from the master table feedback caption for that question only. Now that guy read this question. After that he decided, should I click on excellent or should I click on that, and so on. So excellent, very good, and good. Suppose this is changeable. Okay, need improvement. So for every question you need not to give comment. When all the question he will complete, then you have to give the comment. Okay, so you keep a next button here. I'm not expecting previous button. He will not be able to go to next question unless he checked one checkbox here, right? You keep it that way. So here we have a next button. So after giving, if somebody has time and put a previous button also, I'm good. But at least first to focus on completing next button. So when you click next, it will check a validity that at least one checkbox you selected or not. Okay. Then next. So the moment you go to next, it will go to second question, then third question, then fourth question, like that. So I will not tell you solution how we will maintain that. Table is in front of you. This is your question table, right? This is your question table. Now you decided this 3 question is going to come because label is 1. They are giving pure feedback. Like that, you have to think little. Okay, so I want one by one question to be given the feedback. So the moment you click on excellent, suppose, then you click on next, then I need some activity on the next button, click. So first of all, it will go to this table. I'm going to draw a table which is called feedback table. Okay, feedback a result table or something you can say. So I will draw that table somewhere here, right hand side. So table will be something like this. Response ID. That means somebody is responding the feedback. So I will say or F response ID, feedback response ID. Then you can say from and to, both you have to maintain, right? So feedback from, F from, F2, then question ID, for which question ID he gave the feedback and what he gave the feedback. That means feedback caption ID. So let me check what I have taken here. FC ID. So here it should come FC ID. Then created date and other things. Okay, so every table 4 columns you have to add. Session ID also I will suggest to maintain, because schedule ID, not session ID, schedule ID. Okay, keep that schedule ID as a hidden field I have kept, right? So that schedule ID also you have to keep it and put it. Reason is, chance is there next schedule when December will happen, December 2023. Imagine these two people combination again happened. Possibility is there. So it should be difference ending that acha, this is for July 2022, that is for December 2022, something like that. So schedule ID also you maintain here before created date. So this is schedule ID, and then you maintain created date and other things. So this is table, that is screen, like one. Then from means you can say aaa@abc.com, whatever. Okay, to means to whom, xyz@abc.com. I assume that you are maintaining email address as the user ID. If you are maintaining something else as user ID, then that user ID you need to have here. Okay, so from and to are user ID of the candidate or employee. Now if you see here, user ID you have kept separately in your registration screen, not the email. Email you have kept separately, user ID you have kept separately. So I am talking about user ID. It may be different than email ID also, totally up to your plan. Okay, so that user ID should come and sit here. And question ID, which question? Imagine question number 1, he gave feedback excellent, then FC ID will be 1, schedule ID 7, right? Just now we clicked, imagine 7 and came here, then that schedule ID should be 7 and created it and all that. Like that, every time he will click on next, it will go and insert it. Okay, so if you have to have only one button called next. If somebody wants to put more efforts, like you want to give the previous button also, then every time you click on previous and next, you have to check additional one thing at the back end, saying that if this combination is existing, that means schedule ID, then question ID, okay, for that question ID, for that schedule ID, for this from and this two, if these 4 things are combined together existing, okay, then it should update it. So if existing, update it. If not existing, insert it. That you have to do only if you have previous button. if you are having only next button, very simple, you need not to worry whether existing. It is obvious that it will not be existing, because every time you click next button, this record will be inserted, and then it will take you to the second question, then third question, then fourth question, and so on. So two ways I am saying: who has more time, you work for next and previous both button, so that if he gave some wrong feedback, he can go back and correct it. If you think no, I don't have much time, then at least go for only one button, next button. Alright, so finally when next will ask 3 times, because as per our scheduling it is 3 questions only qualified for this label, A, B, 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 C, C, C. Now based on this, when that third question will be over, you have to do something to understand that all the question has been already displayed and taken the feedback. Then in that case you have to go for a comment. So here I am just mentioning that below this, on next button click, okay, save the data in table. When all questions will be over, when all questions of that label combination will be over, then display a larger text box for overall comment. Okay, that means it will be not different screen, it will be same screen only. Maybe that text box might have been invisible. When all the question will be done, then you make it visible. Okay, so that also you have to do. If it's not able to, I will help. So text box, overall comment, and then final submit. Okay, so you can plan 2 screen also. One screen it is only responsible for question by question. When all the screen will question will be over, it can take you to another screen. That another screen might be having one text box and one submit button. So that description should also be captured here. So should I say against scheduling, you have to do 2 things. This is your scheduling, right? So go to scheduling. Yeah, here you have already kept that final status. You have to be make it 1 from 0, and comment you can give here f comment varchar some, you can say 5000. Okay, that means when he final submitted one comment for whole schedule, that will comment it in this table, and question wise comment, question wise excellent or very good and all that, it will go and save in this table. Make sense? Feedback schedule is common in both the tables, FCID. So this much you do. Any question, guys? Not able to understand? Status you are talking about? By default 0. If it is done, then it will be 1. It is there. Check it out. Binding drop down, you don't know. Radio same only. Okay. Drop down binding, you know. Same only. Same only. Checkbox radio button binding. You can take radio button in fact. Okay. Take radio button. So actually round I cannot do it. That's why I made it. But okay, take radio button. Okay, same as your drop down. no difference. All right, so do it. If any challenge, I will help you.